Hi, and thanks for watching. This is a full review of the Conair iStubble GMT 900 brought to you by electricshaverguide.com. So I'm Tyler from Electric Shaver Guide, and here's what we will cover in this review. We'll see what you get inside the box, review the design, cleaning, and charging operations, touch on the trimming performance, and then review some final thoughts. But just a quick point before we get started. After reviewing a bunch of trimmers, it's clear that they all work a bit different. So it's best to figure out what your trimming goals are before buying. So this can be things like keeping a short stubble, styling facial hair, getting a really close trim, just maintaining a length, and so on. Some products can do many of these things, but certain trimmers are definitely better than others at specific tasks. So at the end of this review, I'll give a link where you can find info on how this trimmer matches up to some of the other products I've tested in terms of specific trimming tasks. So it's worth sticking around to the end. So here's what you'll get inside the box of the Conair iStubble trimmer. Of course, you're going to get the trimmer itself. You're going to get a cleaning brush, some lubrication oil, a set of instructions, and an electrical cord. Now for all shavers and trimmers, you can basically do an internet search of the product name plus PDF, where you can download the set of instructions in case you want more specific information on some of the specs. So taking an up close look, you can see the trimmer fits well in the hand. It has a nice modern design and look. The power switch there is on the front, and then you cycle up and down through the different lengths. So as you press up and down, you're going to change the trimming comb length that's attached to the top of the trimmer. Now to remove that, you simply just gently push it up, twist it back, and then latch it onto the back there, and essentially you have setting 0, so the closest trim that you'll need for styling edges or completely removing a beard. And then you just flip it back over and you're set to make your adjustments on the length. So nice clean design, looks nice, and is quite durable. It doesn't really have that plasticky type of feel. Quickly, just some charging and cleaning points. It's recommended to do an initial charge for about 16 hours before you use it for the first time. After this, it should take about 90 minutes to do a full charge, and that will give you 45 minutes of trimming time. You can use this trimmer when it is plugged in. Regular cleaning can just be done with a cleaning brush. You can remove the blades and rinse them under the tap, but this doesn't need to be done on a daily basis. Again, the more you use the trimmer, the more regular cleaning you should do. Conair does recommend that you oil the blades at least once per month if you're using the trimmer regularly. Just apply a small amount of the oil for a few seconds, turn it on, and then turn it off and wipe down the blades. Again, if you do need more specific information on this model, do an internet search of the model number plus PDF. You can find that info. So taking a look at the trimming performance, the first thing I did here was outline my beard by creating a neckline and some cheek lines. So with pretty thick facial hair, I found it did an average job at trimming on the lowest setting. So the trimming comb is off here, and essentially it is on setting 0. I would say that it has kind of average power when it comes to creating sharp lines and edges. And if you kind of compare this to many other trimmers out there, it's pretty much on par in this department. It's just clearly not as sharp as the basic wall trimmer, which I've reviewed in the past. Once you're happy with your outline, it's time to find a length that works best for your specific beard. So there are many length settings, and I suggest you start at 5 millimeters and take your time cycling down each setting until you find one that works for you. You won't notice a big difference between each length, especially the lower you go, but eventually you'll find one that suits you the best. So I would suggest you take the time to do this rather than jump from say 5 millimeters to 3 millimeters down to 0.6 millimeters. Don't jump around like this because you might miss a length setting which really suits you perfectly. So take the time just to get that done. In terms of overall performance, I did find this trimmer did a really good job at providing a consistent length. So It definitely performs really well in this department, and that's really what it advertises as well. As I mentioned, it's hard to kind of notice the differences from, say, setting 0.4 down to 0. But as you do cycle through, it does a really good job at maintaining that consistent length, which some other trimmers just don't do really well. Some trimmers leave kind of gaps in your beard lengths. And if you're not really careful with the amount of pressure you're applying, this can kind of leave you with different lengths throughout your beard. But this one seems to give it that nice kind of uniform look with ease. So if you do want a stubble trimmer with lots of settings, it's definitely recommended. All right, so just a quick review of what we've gone over. I did find this to be a very consistent trimmer, which is ideal for trimming stubble. With a large range of trimming settings, it is definitely recommended for those looking for a stubble trimmer. So it certainly does live up to its name. And you can click the link on the screen to find a list of other beard trimmer reviews, which are categorized by their best features. So obviously this one is ideal for stubble trimming, but if you want something for styling your facial hair or getting a really close trim, then I do suggest you check out the list of other reviews. If you are interested in this particular model, you can find a sales price through the links below. For more information on electric shavers and beard trimmers, you can visit electricshaverguide.com to find more reviews and more info. And if you did find this useful, you can subscribe through the button on the screen. And like always, whichever shaver or trimmer you use, I hope you get good results.